Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to beat the game on Deity difficulty in 50 turns or less. So the first thing is setting up your game. So what I did, I picked Tamiris as my leader, as I found that she is very strong in the early game, which is a leader that you want. The difficulty is obviously going to be Deity, the game speed standard, the map size is just going to be map size dual map, and it's going to be pangea. The reason for pangea is because I just wanted that you're fit to create a domination victory without having to build C units, or it's going to be quick. And the dual map, so we're only going to be playing against one other civilization, which we are yet to find out who it is. So at the start of the game, obviously scouting about to see who this other civilization will be, and just to see what other resources around us. The first thing you might notice is that we didn't actually spawn any horses around our capital, which is kind of surprising, as I thought, being Tamiris, that we would have had a far greater chance of getting horses close to us, but we didn't. So that was a wee bit unfortunate. So we knew we were going to have to create a second city. So as you can see here, we're just taking on barbarians. It's quite a slow start. It took me longer to find the other civilization than I thought it was going to be, but we're still getting hits on barbarians, as I think the first two units I created were 2 more warriors, because I was afraid of playing at Deity level. I was afraid of firstly barbarians, and secondly the other person I'm playing against to rush me early and try and take me on. So it didn't happen, as you can see, but we keep scouting and keep fighting. So as I could see, up to the north there was 2 horses, and we finally met who the other civilization was going to be. So it was going to be Congo, and that was going to be quite difficult. Any leader at at Deity level is going to be very difficult, but I was quite fortunate in the fact that it wasn't Samaria, who have the deadly war cards at the start of the game, or any other, say the likes of Monsuma, say, would have been a very tough opponent as well at the start of the game. But he's still going to prove difficulty, as you'll soon see. So he also just captured another city state, which showed that he was up for warmongering early in the game. So we've now got a builder out, and I'm pretty sure, did I buy the builder? I think I might have bought the builder, and now I am building a settler because I need to get horses up and running. So basically the tactic for the whole game is that Tamiris' special ability is that when they create 1 horse unit, you actually get 2. So my thing was to get to horseback riding as quick as possible, so all my decisions sort of revolved around that, and once I got to it was then a time to try and take on and capture the opponent's capital. So having no horses spawned in my capital meant that I was going to have to build a settler, and I wasn't planning on doing this, but going and settling in a place where I could get 2 horse units. So as you can see now, I'm starting horseback riding, researching it, and yeah, so we found a couple of goodie huts, and we got a couple of scouts on the go. But as I say, the start of the game is basically just trying to get set up and trying to get to horseback riding as quick as possible. So as you can see here, I'm moving this settler up towards the top of the map. I find it funny that I settle on the coast just because of the Eureka for settling the city on the coast, but then afterwards I'm thinking back, going, I was never actually going to use that. I was never going to use sailing in the game, so I didn't have to do that, but thought at the time it would be a good idea. So as you can see here, we're still scouting. We've got 2 more scouts from finding goodie huts, so it left us with a lot of units. So the start of the game, the civics cards we were using was +5 against barbarians, and the +1 production in all cities. So the +1 production in all cities, I keep it in for the whole game, and +5 for the barbarians. So I swapped it out just for the 100%, because I thought I had enough units back to defend against any barbarians that would come my way, so I didn't need an extra +5 bonus. So I changed it out for the 100% production towards melee units, which again probably wasn't that strong because I wasn't planning on building too many, but at the time I was building one, so I thought I might as well take it. So we're still we're kind of actually surrounded by barbarians to the top right there, and we only have a warrior who's very low in health and a scout to deal with, but I don't really mind if I lost them, as it wasn't that big a deal. So we founded our second city, and the main reason for this, as I was saying, was for the horses. So as you can see, we've 1 already in our capital to the right, so I bought another one to get it both in. as early as possible. The only thing about that was it meant that I couldn't buy a builder straight away, so I had to wait another couple of turns before I could buy another builder. I was thinking of maybe changing production and building a builder, but it was actually going to take just as long, so I think it was like 2 turns or maybe 3 turns at the most to get enough money to be fit to buy a builder, so I just thought I'd wait it out. As you can see, we're still spawning, or we're still scouting the map a wee bit further. There's more barbarians coming down our direction, and we found Tundra towards the bottom of the map. So there was actually quite a bit of distance between us and Congo's capital, which surprised me because sometimes you find these maps that the 2 city locations can be quite close together, which can make it a wee bit easier actually, but in this instance it didn't seem to make that big of a difference because I was going to be creating horsemen who can travel the map quite fast. Whereas when the other AI settles close to you, sometimes if you're not playing with people that can build a lot of horse units, they can get their melee units up to you quite quickly, which can cause a bit of bother. So as you can see, I am now getting my horses up and running by improving them, getting my builder to do the improvements in my city to the north. And we've now completed horseback riding, which is good, and we also get a change in civics. So at this stage we got military tradition, I think it's called, which allows you to put 100% production into building light or heavy cavalry units, which was fantastic because that's exactly what we'll be doing. So I put it in, and as you can see I keep the +1 production on my cities the same, so we're going to have loads of production now towards horse units. But as I still haven't get my second my builder to improve the second horse, I can only at the minute build the Scythia horse unit, which is our ranged unit and horse archer, sorry, and it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. I was looking more a melee unit, and you can build it without having any horse tiles improved, but I thought I'd wait, so I put a couple of turns maybe into it until the other horseman was ready, but then I switched back and start building horsemen. So as I said, once you build it you actually get 2, which is very strong in any era. He offers a trade deal. I rejected it because I knew I was going to be going to war with him soon enough, so I thought I don't want to give him any help at all, especially not in the early game. I want to make him as weak as possible. We got a Eureka here. Still doing a bit of scouting, and as you can see here, that barbarian encampment spawned was 3 horsemen. So I knew my scout down there was pretty screwed, and we got our first horseman up and going in our capital. So now it was just basically make our way towards his capital as soon as possible. So yeah, and now as you can see both my cities are just going to be producing horsemen. So we're still, the rest of the units are just basically like squaring about. Congo actually said to me, now you're getting very close to my borders, which I ignored because I was only passing through at this stage, but it was just passing through so it could get to his capital, which is a wee bit sort of sneaky of me. So we got another couple of horse units, so that's now us up to 4, and we're going to be building more, so potentially we're going to be getting up to 8 very shortly. But the minute we're 4 making our way to his capital, so we're trying to do it as sneakily as possible that he doesn't realise that we're going to be doing like a ambush on his city's capital. So another thing that I was worried about when trying this tactic was that for him to like put ancient walls up, which would have hampered it a wee bit, as he had a lot of units, but he seemed to have a lot of units in his other cities, and he sort of neglected his capital, probably thinking that I'd go for them two maybe first before going straight for his capital. But I was looking to get the Deity victory as quick as possible, and as you can see we got 4 more horse units spawned in the 1 turn. So again we start to send both of them their way down, and in both the cities to keep building horse units, as I found that this is the best strategy. So here I actually do declare war on him because I thought I want to do it as quick as possible, and I didn't want to give him time to set up or to realise that that was what I was up to. So I think I caught him a wee bit by surprise. I didn't think he expected me to go to war as soon. So another thing, so if anybody watched my victory in Immortal, what I say is forget about the units and go straight for the capital itself. So the money hits as possible you can get it to weaken it, the better, and just ignore his units, because at the end of the day, like, if one of your horsemen dies, you're creating that many that you can get another there very quickly, so it's not that big a deal. So as you can see, I'm still putting hits on his capital, killed one of his units, and the rest of these horsemen I'm just sort of sending down that direction, just bypassing any units that I see of his, and just keep going like down towards his capital. So at this stage I kind of knew that I'd sort of won, so it was just a matter of time. As with that many horsemen, and I was surprised how much damage they actually could do to the cities quite early on. I thought it wouldn't be as effective as actually as what it was. So I think in this turn I've got 4 men surrounding his capital. I was trying to decide which ones to hit him first, so I was looking at this one, but then I think I changed my mind and go for this healthiest one to attack first, which done significant damage. Then it kept bringing me back to this where I probably should have skipped over him, but I scroll back up and I choose this one for the next. So I just done by how healthy the person was, or the horseman was. That was sort of the reason for me attacking. So I attack with this, which weakens it down to near enough finish. So it only should be one more hit to take the city and to beat the AA. And do I do it? Yes, I do. So there you go. There's how to defeat the game on Deity within 50 turns. As you can see, it's relatively straightforward, and I recommend you do. It's quite fun. In the description, I'll leave down roughly what I done and break it down even further for you. Apart from that, I just want to thank you all for watching. I really appreciate all the likes and all the feedback that I'm getting. So yeah, thanks for watching. That's how to beat the game on Deity in less than 50 turns. If you want me to do another kind of episode like this, I will do it. And if you liked it, make sure and give a like, and make sure and subscribe. So I'm putting out a lot of Civ 6 content at the minute, so make sure and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and check out any other videos I have. So thanks very much. I've been Destroy, and I'll see you all later. Peace.